Islam, Moors, happy holy day, happy holy day, happy holy day. Beautiful, beautiful Bill Moore. Again, I'm humbled, I'm inspired, I'm honored to worship under my own vine and fig tree. Since I've entered the Moorish Temple of America, that's been the most rewarding piece to my puzzle, having a place where I can come, where I can feel like home, where I can study myself with my brothers and sisters that's on similar journeys. As we listen to each other's testimony, we hear that, a lot of us are learning and going through some of the same or similar demonstrations. I hear growth in the Moors and in the members. It's just an honor to be a part of this for the short 3 years that I've been in it. I say short because I've signed up for a lifelong mission, Moors. I found my purpose here in the Moorish Temple of America and as a Moorish American. Hearing everybody's reflection on Ramadan has been beautiful for myself, and just to hear as a fellow Muslim, through the will of Allah, and just being determined and on my ladder to perfected man. We know the first step is obedience. So I just wanted to be obedient to some of the goals I set. I hear the Moors chiming in on some of the goals they set for Ramadan, and it's beautiful to hear that we're coming to this classroom, our city hall, our society, to hold ourselves accountable. One of them was to make my prayers. And I hear Moors is making prayers now. Last year was the first year when we was in New York, I believe, when I really started to pay attention and be more intentional about making my prayers. Brother King and King Ali Bey and our National Grand Sheikh Cosmo Ill gave me a demonstration in person that really touched me. And, it helped me recognize the importance of making salat and making our prayers, and how easy it was and how it can be comfortable. I think sometimes studying on YouTube University, as we all study on, as the brother alluded to, sometimes we don't get the instructions from that physical mentorship that we may need from an imam or from a mentor in Islam. So that really, really helped me last year in my growth in Islam. So this year I am able to make my prayers, and I can make them by myself or within the group, due to the teachings of our Assistant Grand Sheikh and our National Grand Sheikh for myself. So in the study of myself and hold myself accountable, I got to make my prayers. Our Assistant National Grand Sheikh talks about our mandates and the must. And in Islam, some of our prayers, 5 of them are obligatory. So I would find myself, outside, and my alarm go off on my prayers, and it's like, it's time to make your prayer more. And as the brother alluded to about man knows not by being told, if man knows, he must then be what he knows. And I truly love being a Moorish American. I truly love being a Muslim, and a Mohammedan, So I had to ask myself, like, am I afraid of judgment of man and judging me and what I want to do for Allah? And that itself was an exercise of strength for me, because a year prior, I didn't have that strength to do that. I didn't have that faith in Allah to still demonstrate and not care about the opinions of man, So this year, I've been able to reach some of my goals just as far as making every prayer. This is beautiful that most of us were coming off our prayer and coming off our fast and giving that energy and that vibration to each other, coming right into our meeting. This is our first Friday of Ramadan, and it's just beautiful that Allah set aside a month for us to give reflection and to study ourselves. Because in the lesson on man from Marcus Garvey, it talks about man. It gives us a better, more detailed observation of man as a whole, not the individual man that we may know as each other, that's trying to be noble and to trying to remember to love instead of hate, and to put these principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice in our forefront. It talks about the nature of man being diabolical and evil, and the brain and the patience and things it takes to create things like TNT or mustard gas, and these things that they mentally have prepared and thought about to harm their brothers and sisters. So in this holy month of Ramadan, our minister King Bey gives us so many examples of how merciful Allah is, and when giving us the night of power and teaching us about how you can get these blessings and points with Allah if you pray in numbers. And if you read that chapter, you'll see that man needs that. Man needs every opportunity to repent from his sinful ways that he can, because throughout history we see that war has been natural to us. You know, we've done some things to each other. We're the most destructive thing on planet Earth. You know, so Allah, being all knowing, all powerful, He gives us an opportunity to make up so many sins in such intentional ways, if you will. If you are intentional about your prayer, intentional about loving Allah and following His messengers, Allah loves us and He knows that we've done some things. So I'm gonna put these stations in play. So if you want to repent, I'm gonna put these opportunities for you to do so. So I love hearing the Moors, clean up and purify the best they can in the degree that they are on. It's really uplifting for myself and all of us as a temple to hear each other's testimony and how they're getting over some of these obstacles and hurdles through, purifying, through fasting, through, being obedient. And these are things that the common person don't ask for, or not looking to improve on. As a brother was speaking about times that we came together before. We see our Asiatic brothers and sisters come together for all types of lower self demonstrations. That's satisfying in the cardinal nature, but it's so beautiful to see Moors coming together to do the work of Allah, doing our charitable works and genuinely coming together to be better Muslims, making prayer together. So, it's truly an honor to be a part of this body, and for us to be showcasing and demonstrating what it is to each other to be a good, clean Moorish American, and to come back into our body and testify about it. It's truly an honor to see the growth, and I'm inspired by the Moors that's, being intentional about making their prayers. It feels like home. I feel like when I come here on Fridays and Sundays, I'm truly at home, and the teachings work. It's been testimony from myself and confirmation from you members and Moors and guests that these teachings truly work. And high honors to our Prophet for reminding us who we were and the teachings of our forefathers and foremothers, so that we can take our stations in our affairs, in the affairs of man, and being on this holy and divine journey has been so rewarding to share the light with you Moors, to learn from you Moors, to have studied with these sheiks and sheikesses and everybody, and being able to recognize myself through all of these cultural events such as Ramadan, and as big as Ramadan or as small as a commercial in the movie. Just in the study itself has been so beautiful. And as the Prophet taught us to just be ourselves, I've been honored to reap the benefits. So I won't hold you more any longer with so much, beautiful commentary shared. High honors to the Moors for using this platform, because it's yours. In Islam, it's no big me, little you, no rich, no poor, and that's demonstrated through Ramadan. So I hear you Moors coming and taking advantage of the opportunity to counsel each other, to be patient with each other, to share what we learn with each other, so that we can be better for each other, So I love you Moors, high honors. Continue your journey during Ramadan, and we'll continue to hold each other accountable. And that's what it's about for me Moors. I always wanted to be a part of a winning team, and there's no better winning team than being a part of Allah's team Moors. So let's continue to sharpen up and continue to love on each other. And with that, I'll land. Islam.